Hey guys, welcome to GCT, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today's Relationship Drama Friday, where we can just sit back and enjoy the tea. Unless you posted to Reddit recently. My boyfriend of 8 years told me he wanted to open our relationship. Our first story comes from the BestofRedditorUpdates subreddit, posted by a throwaway account. I, 28 female, met my boyfriend, 29 male, many years ago through some friends. He was living in another place on the other side of the country. We instantly took a liking to each other and became boyfriend-girlfriend. In the first year of our relationship, it was long distance. We both agreed after I finished my schooling, I would go and live with him. I had to leave behind everything: friends, family, a perfect job offer with an amazing salary in a company I'd interned in previous years, which I loved, by the way. I thought he was worth it. So, I moved to where he lived and everything was good. We talked about our future and both agreed we'd like to get married at 30. We focused on our jobs and ourselves. We had fights, but could never be mad at each other for longer than a few hours. We bought a house together with a nice yard, the perfect home for our future together. Last night, while we were eating dinner, my boyfriend told me he wanted to talk about something. I said alright and we proceeded into the conversation. He started off by saying he loved me and that I'm perfect to him. I thought he was going to propose to me. Instead, he told me that he's polyamorous and that he'd just realized that and that he wanted to open our relationship. I asked if I did anything wrong, wondering if I didn't satisfy him enough emotionally or sexually. He said no, and that's just who he is. I told him that I only believe in monogamy, and I can't personally see myself with anyone but him. He told me I was being ignorant when I told him I only wanted him. Wow, so he can be polyamorous and she has to accept that. But if she's monogamous, then she's just ignorant? It sounds like the two of you aren't compatible anymore anyway, since you both need different, conflicting things. I backtracked and asked him if he'd already thought of another woman that he wants instead of me. He tried to deny it, but he said there was a woman he met, and that she's also poly. He said they never did anything, and that I shouldn't worry about it. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what to say, so I finished dinner in silence. That night, I chose to sleep in the guest room. I couldn't bear to look at him. I started thinking of all the things and opportunities I missed, like my dream job, my friends, missing life achievements of my nieces and nephews, and not spending enough time with my mother before she passed. All these last 8 years just went away. It left a sour taste in my mouth. I regret the life I've had in the past 8 years. I kept thinking of who I would have been and what I would be doing. This morning, he didn't go to work because he said he felt bad because I slept separately. So we talked about everything. I told him that I cannot be with someone like him and that I didn't want to enter an open relationship. I told him I wanted to leave. He started crying and said he couldn't change who he is, implying that you can. This guy is so used to you giving things up and sacrificing for him that he feels entitled to it now. Why would I say that I regret our time together? I told him because he wasted my time and our future together just disappeared. I told him it would take me time to not love him anymore, and I thanked him for the last 8 years together. He said he takes it all back and that he'll stop talking to her and that he doesn't want our relationship to end. But I can't do that to someone I love. I cannot hold someone back from becoming who they are. If he is poly, I don't care, but it's just not who I am. Good. I think he was just trying to see how far he could push her boundaries, but overstepped and tried backpedaling. Too bad. He already said it is who he is, and he couldn't change that. Whoops. I've packed all the things that I own. I'm gonna move back home and live with a friend. I've applied for a job that I actually like. Good on you. Go live your life. I'm sort of embarrassed to admit to friends and family why our relationship ended, because it feels like I wasn't good enough for him. I feel like I wasted my 20s for him. Don't worry, I feel like we all waste a few years on jerks. Update. It's been well over a month since my ex-boyfriend wanted to open our relationship. I've moved away and now I have my own place. My new job is much better than my last one. Everything has been good for me. I'm spending a lot of time with family. When we told our mutual friends and families why we entered our relationship, they thought it was BS and were on my side. As for the house that I've recently purchased with my ex, we decided to put it up for sale and split everything evenly. I haven't talked to him since we broke up, but I've heard he started dating the girl he told me about, which I knew was coming, so I wasn't really surprised. I'm not really in the mood for dating at the moment. I just need some time for myself. In the end, I'm happy. I've learned a lot, and everything has been good. Am I, 29 female, too high maintenance for asking my husband, 29 male, to do something for my birthday, instead of going out drinking with my friends while I stay home and watch our baby? And our last story comes from the Relationship Advice subreddit, posted by Snoo Machines 5950. For some background, we've been married for 5 years, and each year, it's always the same story. I always plan and select my gift for my birthday and anniversary. I do this because if I don't, he won't do anything, which has happened in the past multiple times. When we were dating, he used to do all the planning. This has been the cause of multiple arguments, where I've expressed how important these dates are to me, and I would like a meal together, not cooked by me, and a cake and a small gift. We've even compromised that we'd do the planning together, and he could pick whatever thing he would like to do or eat. Wait, he gets to pick what he'd like to do and eat for your birthday? But that also ended with me doing everything the day before, since he kept saying he was too busy. As we live far away from friends and family, it's been hard for me to do anything fun since getting pregnant and having a baby. So I told him I was really looking forward to my birthday this year and want to relax and get drunk for the first time in 2 years. So I reminded him to please do something for my birthday and watch the baby. Now, here's the main story. Some friends of mine that live far away came to visit and stay during my birthday week. During their visit, my friends and I planned tourist things and got a hotel. On the day of my birthday, we were having a good time being tourists. The plan was that once we check into the hotel, one of my friends or my husband would watch the baby while I went out with everyone else to drink. However, since my friends were already in party mode by the time we got to the hotel, they weren't in any condition to take care of the baby. My husband said, we can just take turns going out and taking care of the baby. As you can guess, I took care of the baby all night while they were drinking. In my husband's defense, he did say happy birthday to me that day, but there was no gift or cake like I asked. Outside of events, he's great at home since he's an introvert and helps with the baby when he's not too busy with work. That's not great. That's just a bare minimum. If anything, your standards are too low. I love my husband and we get along well with everything else. After my friends left, I talked to him about it, how he hurt my feelings, and he said he was too busy hosting to focus on me. It was your birthday. So he would do something the week after. A week after, nothing happened. Or the week after that. So should I confront him about not paying attention to my birthday wishes after all this time has passed? Or shall I let it go and just keep doing all of the planning for the next year's birthday and anniversary? I feel like I'm just asking for too much of him while we're busy with a baby. Any advice would be much appreciated, and thank you. Down in the comments, Blumpkin Pandemic says, are you serious? Your husband went out to celebrate your birthday with your friends from out of town while you watched the baby? I would be livid. He was too busy hosting to focus on you? You were literally the reason everyone was together. Definitely not high maintenance. That's the most minimum amount of effort you're asking for, and he can't even do that? Honestly, that's disgusting behavior. Yeah, 1000% agree. Glittering Rock says, the The bar is underground! My effing dentist wishes me a happy birthday. And Specialist Webb asked, what happens on his birthday? Opie responded and said, of course, I always make his favourite food and get him a cake and a gift. I'm going to stop now. Opie adds some extra context. I grew up in a single-parent household, so I got used to putting my needs second to take care of my siblings. I know there's a lot of bad habits I made from childhood, and I've been meaning to go to therapy, but I always put it off, saying to myself that I'm too busy and to tough it out a bit longer. After reading everyone's comments, I realised I'm not in a good spot, and I made a therapy appointment. The fact that I used to plan and do everything for her birthday, and this just suddenly dropped off once they got married, is very telling. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.